Hello, everybody. I'm back again. Yeah, it's been a while, but today I'm gonna talk to you about the Boveda. Now, the Boveda is what we call in English the spiritual altar, ancestor altar. Here we use it to communicate with our ancestors, our past loved ones, our spirit guides, and our spirit protectors. And we use this spiritual altar to communicate with them on a daily basis, a couple of times a week, once a week, but we use it to help us understand the unknown and to help us get past some obstacles in our lives. Here's my Boveda, keep it plain and simple. I don't have any water in the glasses right now because it is decommissioned. I'm in the process of refreshing the Boveda. You have to refresh it once a week. The Boveda. Now, it usually takes a big goblet in the middle with a crucifix. It can be white or it can be made out of metal. Especially if it's like silver or silver plated, that'd be perfect. You also would need a rosary. Now, the rosary, if you can get it blessed by the priest, it would add more empowerment to your boleva. Then we usually put, in some cases where some houses do 7 glasses, some houses do 9 glasses, and then there is in cases like for beginners they do just the 1 glass. Here we have 7 glasses, but you always got to remember this is the celestial court. So in this goblet, it's always going to be holy water that's in the middle. The biggest glass in the middle that you're going to put is holy water. The glass in the front, this was going to represent your spirit guide, your spirit protector. You could always have, for example, you can name each glass of a past loved one that's passed on, or a certain muerto, how we say in Spanish, representation of someone, a spirit guide or a spirit protector. That's how they say in spiritualism. Now, anybody can do this. There is no indignation of any type of religion or priesthood. Any person can set up their Boveda to help them to have some guidance in their lives and get past some obstacles. Anyone can learn it. I do recommend, if you know anyone that does it on a regular basis, where they can do how we say in Spanish is different, but in English we say a spiritual investigation. Now, if you know someone that does it on a regular basis, ask to see if you can go to one of their spiritual masses, where they have, a mass, a service. It's not just 1 or 2 or 3 people. It might be 3 or more people that attend to the service. And if you can get to one of these services, ask them if they can do a spiritual investigation to find out who are your ancestors that work with you, that walk with you, or who are your spirit guides and spirit protectors that work with you and walk with you to protect you. It is really, really awesome to learn this. It helps a lot, combating the negative energies. And I really recommend it for people that are into spiritualism, to have a Boveda, so that I can really, really help them. There are different types of spiritual altars out there. Just gotta know the difference, because there are some people that put statues, Catholic saints statues on them. Now you're kind of crossing it, because when you have an altar that has statues of different saints, well, the saints are in a higher plane than the ancestors. So you really don't want to put uh, statues of saints or, archangels and stuff like that. You want to keep it separate. You want to keep it simple and humble. Um, Another thing I like to say too is that a lot of people put pictures of past loved ones on the Boveda. I personally like to keep it simple and clear. Um, and there's like a lot of stuff that you can do with the Boveda, but there is no spell work done on the Boveda. This is not for magic. This is not to use it for battle. This is not to use it to reverse stuff. This is basically just for the communications of your ancestors, your spirit guides, and spirit protectors. So it might be a part 2 video on this, explaining a little bit more on it. Fortunately, I don't have a good phone or a computer where I can load up the whole video at once. It has to be part by part. So another thing is that to set up the Boveda, you can do it on a small table. You can do it on a coffee table. You can do it on a shelf. You can do it on a top of a dresser. But I do highly recommend to put it in a part of a home where there's no high traffic area. You don't want wandering eyes to look upon your Boveda. You want it to be in a part of a home where you can sit and meditate and talk to your ancestors peacefully and calmly without any distractions. A lot of things that a lot of people ask me is, do I have to wear a certain thing to protect myself as I'm working with the Boveda? And yes, you do have to dress in white, because white is a symbol of purity. What goes on the Boveda, like I said, the 7 or 9 glasses, the large goblet in the middle, the crucifix, and the rosary. Now you must have a white candle before you start the service. I recommend getting some of these spiritual waters as well. The Agua Florida and the Colinidad 1800 are one of the best ones out there. Because you would have to cleanse your aura before you begin the service. Another thing is that you have to open and close the service as well. Now, how you start the service, you could either tap the table with both hands. I'm only using one hand as an example, 3 times, because I'm holding the phone with the other one. Or you can knock on your Boveda real lightly 3 times, and that opens up the service. Now, how you start the service is that you're going to start saying the prayers. You're going to say the Lord's Prayer. You're going to say Our Fathers, our Hail Mary, and Glory Be. And after that, you can say some prayers from this book. This is a spiritualism book from a famous medium that was out there, I think, in the 1800s or so, and it's still going strong. That particular time, after your prayers, you want to communicate with your ancestors, your spirit guides, your spirit protectors. You want to ask them questions, what is troubling you, how to get past some obstacles. You want to be able to really sit there and, talk to your spirit guides. You know, I'm having some trouble with work. You know, I'm having trouble at home. I'm having trouble with neighbors to get to succeed, to catch up with bills and things, and I'm not feeling right. I've been getting sick a lot. Uh, you know, really go deep in connection with your spirit guides. Another thing is that after you ask your questions to your spirit guides, you want to go ahead and meditate at this time. You want to go ahead and sit in silence, wherever, how long you wish. But if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 20, you want to be able to see if you can receive some messages, some visions, you know, open up your mind, allow things to come through. You might hear voices, you might, see things move around, but they might come to you in your dreams when you fall asleep later. This is a very crucial moment to be aware of your surroundings and look for these clues that maybe these ancestors and spirit guides and spirit protectors are trying to get to you, send a message to you. So at this point, after the meditation, you would close the ceremony with the prayers, the Lord Prayer, Our Father, Hail Mary, Glory be. And then you would also knock on the table again, whether you tap it 3 times or whether you knock on the table, and that would be your service, opening and closing your service. Now, don't forget, before you open and close your service, you want to light the white candle. Always have that white candle lit. Once you're done, finish with the candle, with the service, turn off your candle. During your service, as you're praying and meditation, this is a secret that nobody says. You can also sit like in a chair in front of it, but at the same time, you can light some frankincense, some myrrh, some 3 kings. I like to light some sage. So as you're sitting and praying and meditating, communicating with your ancestors, the sage is also, the incense is also cleaning your spiritual soul, your aura at the same time. You will ask the spirits, as you burn this incense, that to cleanse your aura, to be spiritually cleansed, to cleanse the room that you're in, and to allow the smoke to go throughout the home to cleanse your home from negative energy. And also when you are in service, also say, good spirits, I allow you to come in, but if something negative is here, I ask you to leave. I only call upon the good spirits.